It's Wednesday, October 4th. My name is Rich, and this is your 5-Minute Fix. Welcome to the 5-Minute Fix, where we take stories from anywhere about pretty much anything and try to give it to you in 5 minutes or less. Today, we've got a story about a musical legend in the making with a current living musical legend. Ed Sheeran tells a story about getting high with Snoop Dogg. Some of these details are just quite frankly hilarious, reminiscent of somebody who doesn't smoke a lot. And just the fact that Russell Crowe, randomly, I guess maybe not so randomly, was there as well, mind-blowing. Let's take a read. Ed Sheeran recalls getting so high with Snoop Dogg that he couldn't see. I don't really smoke at all, he says. I just remember looking at him being like, I can't see right now. Sheeran told Conan O'Brien on the Comedian's podcast. This is from Jack Irvin and People, published on October 3rd, 2023. Marijuana isn't Ed Sheeran's drug of choice, but when you're with Snoop Dogg, do you really have a choice? In a new interview on the Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend podcast, the Bad Habits singer-songwriter opened up about smoking weed with Snoop Dogg backstage after a concert. Well, at least the parts he can remember. I can't stress enough that this not only would be a monumental moment in a person's life, but as well, just knowing how high that you're probably gonna get. Wow. The Grammy winner, 32, recalled attending one of Snoop Dogg's recent performances in Melbourne, Australia, with wife Sherry Seaborn and her mother. After the show, the group met the 51-year-old rapper backstage. He told the host, Conan O'Brien, I remember him meeting my mother-in-law, and he was like, "What's up, Queen?" My Snoop Dogg impression is horrible, but I can hear it in my head. It'd be hilarious. Sheeran explained that he's become quite close friends with actor Russell Crowe, who happens to be tight with Snoop Dogg and was in the room that night. They have smoke-offs and stuff, he said. I don't really smoke at all, admitted Sheeran, who couldn't help but want to get high with Snoop. I was in the dressing room and they're just smoking blunt for blunt for blunt for blunt. And I'm like, I guess at some point during the night, I have to just be like, I smoked with Snoop Dogg. Quite frankly, how do you pass up an opportunity like that as well? You don't. You can't. You go ahead. You do it. After drinking some wine and chatting with the Drop Like It's Hot rapper, the moment eventually presented itself. He was like, do you want some? And I was like, now's the time. We were having a good conversation, recalled Sheeran. So I have a bit and I was like, oh, I don't feel too bad. This is good. Then I have a bit more. And then I have a bit more. And then I have a bit more. He continued. I just remember looking at him and being like, I can't see right now. While it's not the experience Sheeran's used to, it's safe to say he wasn't let down. I'd be disappointed if Snoop wasn't high, quote unquote. Since then, he's found himself surrounded by marijuana fumes with another rapper as well. There's an artist that I work quite a lot with called Burna Boy, and I'd say that's the most I've ever seen anyone in just weed, he said. Now, the fact that Ed Sheeran is rolling with Burna Boy, my goodness, that is news to me. That's wild. Great to see. Love it. I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. He described a memorable studio experience with Burna Boy, which went down during the day before Sheeran was set to perform a show later that night. It was very much the studio doors closed and just smoke, said Sheeran. I remember walking on stage at the gig and same thing, like, I'm not quite here. Well, there you go. Ed Sheeran getting some culture. We're going to take a look at this video of Snoop Dogg presenting Ed Sheeran with a chain and Russell Crowe standing by. It's quite interesting. So I got this muted because there's music and you know how the YouTube game goes. But there you have Russell Crowe. You got Snoop Dogg presenting Ed Sheeran with the chain. The Death Row chain. That's right. Snoop Dogg has purchased Death Row not too long ago. And here we go. Snoop Dogg helps him put it on. He's telling him, like, you got to represent. I want to see this on you all the time. All that good stuff. This has kind of become a thing, you know? Somebody smokes with Snoop, you get yourself a Death Row chain. Kind of like a promotional thing he's got going on, you know? It's good to see. Snoop Dogg just out here living his best life. And take a look at the pinky ring there. Ooh, that's massive. But I mean, it's Snoop Dogg, so you know. But yeah, Ed Sheeran loving life. So my question to you is, are you saying yes to Snoop Dogg when he asks you to smoke? Or are you saying yes to Snoop Dogg when he asks you to smoke? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you for watching. My name is Rich, and this has been your 5-Minute Fix.